Right, morning guys. Today's job is a combination boiler installation, but with a bit of a difference. So I've just protected the carpets, as we always do. Got little sheets up on every step, all the way up into the hallway. And the reason I say with a difference is because there is actually already a combi boiler installed, but there is also a hot water cylinder and a cold water tank. So basically, according to the customer, they had a combi boiler installed 10 years ago, and their plumber at the time said to them that it's a good idea to keep the cylinder, which, to be honest, is something I've never seen before. But the customer now doesn't want it. It's been 10 years. The boiler's absolutely had it. Inside of it is completely corroded. There's multiple faults with it, and originally the customer just wanted us to change the cylinder and take the tank out of the loft, but with the boiler being 10 years old and so many components gone wrong, it made sense to put a new boiler in, give the customer a 10-year warranty, and get rid of the actual tanks and cylinders as well. So we're just cracking on with that now. One thing we've noticed is the flue is really badly installed. Far too much of an angle on the flue, which is probably another reason why the boiler's so corroded internally. But anyway, we're going to get it all out, do our best with it. New idle logic going in, 24 kilowatt, and that's going to go back on there, and then we're going to alter the pipework accordingly. So it's sort of like a part conversion. Half of it's been done, we're just going to do the rest of it, neaten up the pipework as best we can and do a good job for the customer. So yeah, we're sheeted up, boiler's being stripped apart, cylinder is being drained into the shower tray, and then we're going to start ripping it out, and we'll show you the steps along the way. Right, so we're cracking on with the decommissioning now. I've just labelled up all the pipes so I know what's what I need to connect back onto. It's really strange how they've done this. But what they've done, I've just worked out now, is the combi boiler is got the hot and cold, which are these two pipes here, which connect in to the bottom of the boiler there. And all they feed is the shower, which is in the next cubicle along. And then everything else in the house is being fed via the emergence. I'm like, they've gone through all this effort to fit a combi just to feed one shower, and then left the rest of the house on an old system, gravity system. It's really strange, but you can see this pipe here, first one, is a cold main, which I've worked out now that they've obviously brought down from the feeds from the tank in the loft, and then brought them along, teed them up there to feed the shower, and then along to feed the combi, and then added in a T there for the filling loop for the heating system. So I'm just working out what I need and what I don't need. So obviously that cold 15mm pipe is technically my main supply in, so that needs to stay. This second one coming down is going in to the cylinder, so that's our cold feed for our hot water cylinder, so we don't need that. That can be cut up in the loft and that pipe removed. The next one along coming down, 22, this one is our cold down service for the basins, toilets, baths, etc. in the property. So we need that, but we don't need it to come from above anymore. We can link the cold main into that pipe, and that will then make all of the cold in the property mains fed. And then the last one on the end is obviously our hot, which I've already cut off, which is that pipe down there. So that is to connect on like that. So we obviously need our hot, but we don't need the pipe going up, which is obviously our vent. So we can remove the T and then link our hot down here to our hot there somewhere. So I'll probably just cut a T there, swing it across, and then that will liven up the hot going down, which will then feed the hot to the rest of the property. And then that's the hot and cold's done. The white pipe at the end, I'm assuming, was the old overflow from the F&E tank until they made it a combi and made the system sealed. So that doesn't need to be there. That can be cut out in the loft and removed. We're going to remove the tank and the pipework from the loft and get rid of that, and obviously remove the hot water cylinder. So yeah, get that side done. The cylinder's now drained, so I'm just going to drain the coil out and then we can get the cylinder out of the way, get the boiler off the wall, work out what we need to do with our flow and returns, and crack on. Right, I'm just up in the loft now. Got one crappy light up here. Just brought up, where's my other torch? Can't even find it now, I left it downstairs. I've got a head torch on anyway, so I'm gonna get this tank out now. We've got a big 50-gallon tank. It's obviously drained from us running the bath, but it's still got water just below the outlet, so I'm gonna get that sucked out. Do a few trips up and down with the only the small Makita wet vac, and then we can get all this chopped out. We've got a nice copper overflow, so I'll be getting as much out of that as I can for scrap purposes. And then obviously what they've done when they fitted the Combi, they've just teed onto the main that used to feed the tank, or still did feed the tank, and then gone down and fed the Combi boiler, and then run it under there. So I think I'm just going to cut it back over there, and then that there, and link them back there by that wall, see if I can clip it to that bit of breeze block. And then all of these outlets can come out. I'm going to cut the tank up with a multi-tool, get that in a couple of bin bags, and get that out. And then the customer's got full use of their loft then. So just got the Milwaukee Pipe car, which is just easy and brilliant for rip outs. So right, all the pipe work's now disconnected. Tank has been drained down. It's just the scale that's left inside that now. So got our 3 outlets there, all cut off. Got a big bundle of copper taken out. There's a couple of outlets underneath that old wall. I'm assuming the house used to end there, and then there's been an extension or something, I'm not sure. But they run sort of about 5 meters back and then drop down into the airing cupboard where the boiler is, so I can't really get under there. I'm not that worried about taking that last little bit of scrap, so that can stay. Removed big chunk of the overflows, just a little last bit at the end there, which I'm gonna see if I can crawl down and get. That's just lagging, that needs to be thrown away. And then yeah, that's our original main that come up there, that run round and fed the ball valve, and then like I said, they've teed onto it and run a secondary cold down to feed the Combi boiler. So just get rid of that tee, cut that out now with the old multi-tool. Just cut down it, a few lines down it, cut it up, get that in a bin bag, and then it will be all clear up here, tidy up as best we can. Right, we're done up in the loft now. So I've linked the cold out, so that up there is our cold, which now links straight to the cold going to the Combi, and obviously cut out the pipework coming to the tank. Obviously remove the tank. I've left the lid there, just a bit of wood in case the customer wants it. I've removed all the rubbish, lagging, anything that doesn't need to be up here. It's gone all in that bag. Whole bin bag full of the old lagging. Got a few little bits of pipe to get out of the loft, and my soldering bag, and then we are done up in the loft, so I can pack up in here and finish off whatever we need to do downstairs. Right, we are all done. Just having a last little hoover up of everywhere, just getting all the dust sheets out. Got to lift up all the roll and stroll outside, pick up the last little bits, a little bit of hoovering to do here, and then get the remaining roll and stroll up there, all down the stairs and down the bottom. But we're all done upstairs, heating's on, hot water's on, and this is the installation, so not too bad. We've made it as neat as we can. It's not the best, but sort of work with what you've got. Right, it's all in. So obviously being a Combi, got our line fighter, shock arrestor, got the ideal filter to give it a 10-year warranty. That was our cold coming down here, so I've put a lever on that, removed all the pipes that come out of the ceiling that we don't need. Them 2 pipes there and there are the hot and cold that feed the shower, and then obviously we've linked to the existing hot and cold down services to the Combi, so now the whole house is mains fed via hot and cold. Put in our new receiver, thermostat's downstairs mounted on the wall. And then yeah, this is the boiler, so it's Ideal Logic 24 kilowatt. All in and working. So not a bad little job. Loft's all done, all sorted. Last little clean up of the property and then we're out of here. Been a bit of a long day today. Getting it all done in one day was a bit of a challenge, quite a bit to do, but we've got it all sorted.